أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له قيوم السماوات والأراضين. بعث نبيه محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم رحمة للعالمين. وأشهد أن محمدا صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم عبد الله ورسوله بلغ حقيقة رسالة ربه وأفضل الأمانة ونصح للأمة وجاهد لله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين. Brothers and sisters in Islam, we thank the Almighty Allah for blessing us with such a wonderful day. We thank Him for His mercies that He's bestowed upon us. We bear witness that there is no deity worthy of worship except the Almighty Allah. We also bear witness that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is His servant and His messenger. Today is a Friday which corresponds with the 19th day of Rajab, or 18 according to different calculations. 1441 years after the hijrah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which also corresponds with the 13th day of March 2020. The Almighty Allah in His mercy has given us another opportunity to come and meet brothers. About 8 months ago I was here visiting to see brothers, to strengthen and renew the bonds of Islam that exist between us. And I always reiterate that there is no system or religion in the world that has diversity and multiplicity and pluralism than Islam. Because when you go to the time of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Medina or even Mecca before then, you find Umar bin Khattab, an Arab man, sitting next to Salman al-Farisi, a Persian, who is next to Suhail al-Rumi, an European. And then the squad is finished up by Bilal, my cousin from Africa. All eating from the same bowl, drinking from the same cup, praying on the same mat. This guy is an Arab. The one sitting next to him is a Persian. The other guy is an African. And the next person is an European. At the very first days of Islam, you find this diversity, this multiplicity. And there is no system, no religion, no movement in the history of the world that has this at its beginning. I'm a student of knowledge, so correct me if I'm wrong. If you know of any system in the history of the world, that at its beginning, you have all these different ethnic groups, different races there at the beginning. And this is emphasized when you go for Hajj to Mecca, and then you see all these kinds of people. And even if you take a cursory glance into the masjid, you will find these differences. The Almighty Allah tells us in the Quran, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَكُمْ مِنْ تُرَابٍ ثُمَّ إِذَا أَنْتُمْ بَشَرٌ تَنْتَشِرُونَ. Amongst the signs of the Almighty Allah is that He created all of us from dust. Every human being, irrespective of wherever you are coming from in the world, irrespective of whatever political ideology you profess, irrespective of whatever religion you practice, so long as you are a human being, the Almighty Allah said He created us from dust. 2 verses down the lane, the Almighty Allah said, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ خَلْقُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَاخْتِلَافُ أَلْسِنَتِكُمْ وَأَلْوَانِكُمْ. Amongst the signs of the Almighty Allah is the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the differences we have in our skin colors, and then the kind of tongues we have. So Islam from its inception, recognizes these differences. Whether they are ethnic differences, whether they are ideological differences, no matter these differences, Islam has made room for accommodating all of them. We live in a time now in the world whereby there is a trending news that emphasizes this for us. The coronavirus doesn't respect anybody. The coronavirus, the kind of lessons I pick in these times, I don't know if someone else also picks it. I know someone else also picked the same lessons. Is that the whole world now is sitting together onto the same table to fight a common enemy. Irrespective of whether you belong to the political class or the social class. Irrespective of whether you belong to any high class or any low class. Irrespective of whether you believe there is a God or you are an atheist, we are all onto the same table to fight Corona. And this is a lesson to Muslims wherever we find ourselves, irrespective of the differences we have as Muslims, irrespective of the challenges we have as Muslims, the need for us to sit together onto the same table to agree that for once we are Muslims, we have one God. Allahu Nur Samawati wal Ard. We have one Prophet. We have one book. فَآمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَالنُّورِ الَّذِي أَنزَلْنَا. We have one Qibla. Irrespective of whether you agree with Saudi Arabia's policy or not, it is Mecca and Medina that is dear to us. For you to even go to Riyadh, you have to get a different visa. But when you go to Mecca and Medina, it's Umrah or Hajj visa. And I don't think anybody, when they go to Mecca, they think of Riyadh or they think of Tehran. No. And these are the things that are common to every Muslim. Whether you are a Sufi, whether you are a Sunni, whether you don't belong to any group, you are a Muslim Wahdi. No. And when I look across the Muslim world, what pains me is that you find a Muslim shout Allahu Akbar, killing another Muslim who is also shouting Allahu Akbar. It's painful. It baffles me. My mind cannot get around it. Why a Muslim who says La ilaha illallah, says Allahu Akbar, can pick up any weapon and then kill another Muslim who is also saying Allahu Akbar, he's saying La ilaha illallah. I don't know, I don't get it, seriously. We already having problems with people who don't believe in a God entering, religious basis of worship and then killing people. People are entering the synagogues and killing people. People are entering churches and then killing people. People are entering masjids and then killing people. And those people who are entering these houses of worship, they don't believe in the existence of any God. So they find a justifiable reason to kill someone who believes in a God. So I don't get it if you say you believe there is a God, but you're killing someone who also says he believes in God. But at least Corona is putting all of us to check. And the kind of lessons I pick from it is that there's a need for all of us to come onto the same table to discuss issues that are common to all of us. I think it is the premise that we all agree upon. These past few days have been a test and trial for almost everybody in the world. People no longer have handshakes. We now have elbow greetings. People have foot greetings now. The level of hygiene has increased. You find people from now and then, they have hand sanitizers in their pockets. After every 2-3 minutes, they want to, disinfect their hands. People are now taking hygiene more serious than ever. But alhamdulillah, as a Muslim, we've already been taught hygiene. And these very measures that the health experts are telling us to take are some things that we do on a daily routine. Always, all the time, we do them. When we go to the toilet, we wash. Before we pray, we wash. Before we eat, we wash. Washing is part and part of our life. When I started using glasses, I went to the hospital and the doctor was telling me that part of, getting better, taking care of my eyes is washing my face at least 3 times in a day. And then he said, I'm sorry. I said, why? He said, you're a Muslim, you don't need to be told that. You don't need to be told to wash your face at least 3 times a day. You do it how many times a day? Bro, washing the face alone, Fajr is at least 3 times, Zuhr 3 times, Maghrib, so at least 15 times at least in a day. But another part of this whole pandemic, as the World Health Organization is telling us, is that it is a test of Iman. Yes, it is a test of our Iman. Muslims must understand one thing. The fact that you say you are a Muslim, that you believe in the Almighty Allah, doesn't make you the in-law of the Almighty Allah. Back home in Africa, and I know other cultures too have it, is that your in-law is someone very special. You don't joke with the in-law, especially if you are marrying someone's daughter. He becomes a demigod in your life. Because he can take her away anytime. When you say you believe in the Almighty Allah, it doesn't mean that trial and tribulations won't come. Let's understand that. If you say, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that doesn't mean you're done with the Almighty Allah. The Almighty Allah tells us in Surah Al-Ankabut, Alif Lam Mim, أحسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون ولقد فتنا الذين من قبلهم فليعلمن الله الذين صدقوا وليعلمن الكاذبين. Normally Allah is saying, is asking a question. أحسب الناس, do people really think? الناس here means Muslims. Do Muslims really think? أن يتركوا, do be left like that? أن يقولوا آمنا, when they say we are mu'minun, we believe in Almighty Allah. Do you think for the mere fact that you say La ilaha illallah, the Almighty Allah will not test you? Almighty Allah said, وَلَقَدْ فَتَنَّ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. Verily, I, the Almighty Allah, I tried and tested those who came before them. فَلَيَعْلَمَنَّ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ صَدَقُوا. This is the way the Almighty Allah exposes those who are truthful. وَلَيَعْلَمَنَّ اللَّهُ الْكَاذِبِينَ وَلَيَعْلَمَنَّ الْكَاذِبِينَ. It is the same way the Almighty Allah exposes those who are hypocrites. The test will come. At the beginning of this epidemic, some Muslims said it is a punishment for China for, what they are doing to our brothers in Xinjiang, the concentration camps. Some Muslims said it is a punishment for them, for Chinese. But now the whole world is on lockdown. The disease didn't stop in China. The Haram al-Makki was closed for 8 hours. Yes, the Kaaba was locked up for 8 hours for disinfection. Today I watched, I think it's a Maghrib prayer in Haram Makki. Yes, I think Maghrib prayer, and the rows were separate. They were not all joined as it. You find 20-30 people, one corner, there's a huge space between them, 20-30 people, another corner like that. So it is a test for all of us. It is a test for our iman. How well do we have a better relationship and a connection with Almighty Allah? You know, when the Almighty Allah tests us, there are results for that. Sometimes the test is for people so that the Almighty Allah will increase the level of iman. The other part of the test is that the Almighty Allah is using it as a form of reminder that if you are off guard or if you are negligent, then come back to the Almighty Allah. And it is happening now. Because of this virus, we now remember Allah more. Because of some trials and tribulations we have, we remember Allah more. When we are sick, we do more istighfar. When we go bankrupt, we remember Allah and then come to the masjid on time. So sometimes when afflictions befall us, they are for our own good. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in a hadith narrated by Anas bin Malik. The hadith can be found in Tirmidhi and Ibn Majah. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, "Inna 'idham al-jaza' min 'idham al-bala." He said, the magnitude of the reward is in proportion to the magnitude of the test. You wouldn't go to high school exam and then you'll be awarded a PhD certificate. Will you be given? No. If you go to high school exam, you get high school certificate. Anybody who goes through PhD exam will not be given a high school certificate. You'll be given a PhD. He becomes an expert in that field. And the Prophet went on further and said, Inna Allah idha ahabba qawman ibtalahu. When Almighty Allah loves a group of people, He tests them. So you find out that the prophets and the messengers had greater amount of, trials and tribulations than us. When you go to Surah Al-Anbiya, the Almighty Allah tells us, وَأَيُّوبَ إِذْ نَادَى رَبَّهُ أَنِّي مَسَّنِيَ الضُّرُّ وَأَنْتَ أَرْحَمُ الرَّاحِمِينَ. Coincidentally, this topic was the same topic we discussed last year when I came. Ayub alayhi salatu wasalam was sick for 18 years. The prophet, he is a prophet. 18 years. And then he was very wealthy. He was an astute businessman. He had farms, he had animals, he had a huge family. He was taking care of the poor, doing all the philanthropic work. So if you're doing a good job for the Almighty Allah, don't think that the Almighty Allah wouldn't test you. No. And when trials and tribulations befall you, don't think that it is someone who is doing it to you. And it becomes a problem. As for this, I don't understand. Maybe it is someone who was taking me somewhere and my soul had been tied down. And then you lose your yaqeen and then you lose your iman. It so happens that you live in a fine life, a beautiful life, you worshiping Allah constantly, you come to the masjid on time, you give your sadaqah, you give zakat, you live peacefully with people, you're always doing nafilah, you're always doing dhikr, but then all of a sudden you get coronavirus. Why? Doesn't the Almighty Allah love me? Why would He let this deadly virus infect me? Ayub fell sick for 18 years. His body got rotten. Worms were eating his body, worms. And one day a worm fell out of the body and fell on the ground. He picked the worm and then he placed him back and then he said, get back here, this is where the Almighty Allah has placed your food, go back and eat. Ayub's only prayer is that, oh Allah, you can test me in my body with whatever you want. But oh Allah, I ask for only one thing. Don't let this illness touch my tongue. Because I want to always say Alhamdulillah. He said, this illness, let it eat every part of my body. But my tongue, please Allah, don't let the sickness touch my tongue, because I want to constantly say, Alhamdulillah. How many times have we looked at our lives and really, really appreciated what we have, and then we thank the Almighty Allah for it? How many times? How many times have we really, really sat down and then reflected over the kind of lifestyles we are leading, and then we quietly and silently and sincerely and honestly say, Alhamdulillah. You know, sometimes the Almighty Allah admonishes us indirectly without words. For example, you are driving down the streets of Philadelphia, you get down to downtown Philly, and then you meet a young man, able-bodied man, strong, tall, but then he has a placard, a card in front of him that says, I'm homeless, any help will be taken. How do you feel? The Almighty Allah sends that young man to you so that you will appreciate the kind of life you're leading. The Almighty Allah, when He lets us meet people who are homeless, who are sleeping on the streets, you just came out of winter. I came a week ago today, and I was complaining of the cold in New York, and they told me, oh, Sheikh, this is not winter. There's no cold. I was freezing. I was literally vibrating because of cold, and they're telling me, oh, forget it, Sheikh. They'll go out with a shirt, and I'll bring a pullover and a jacket on, and yet still I'll be feeling cold. I want to hurriedly enter the car. And you have people who will spend this 3 months, these 2 months, this freezing weather, below 0 degree, negative 10, negative 15 degrees with heavy snow. They are sleeping outside there, but you have a home, you have a heater in your home that you can switch on, you have a wife that you can embrace and feel the natural heat between you and your wife, you have kids who will keep you company, but here is a fellow human being. He might even be a Muslim, but he's sleeping outside. And you don't want to say Alhamdulillah. You don't want to thank Allah. You know, before I came to America, I thought America was all rosy and nice. You know, CNN will always show us the nice places. The Hollywood movies only show us the beautiful places. Until I came last year, I landed in New York City. Right from the airport, we were going to Bronx where I was staying. And I met a man carrying all kinds of things. I was in the car and we parked and this a man carrying. And I asked the brother, who is this guy? He said, he's a homeless guy. I said, homeless? What does it mean? He said, he doesn't have a place to sleep. He sleeps there. I said, really? I said, I thought America was all rosy and beautiful. It rains money here. You just come and then the money is falling from the skies, and then you pick as much as you want. You put it in your pocket and then you get your cars, and then you live in a beautiful home. You know, you have all the beautiful and nice things here. That's it. And then he laughed. He said, Sheikh, I know you know better than me. I said, maybe that's New York City and that's Bronx. And then I went to LA and people were sleeping on the streets in Hollywood. I said, wow. This is where all the stars are. All the big guys in the movie industry, in the music industry, where they come in their music videos, you see them raining money. And then I come to LA, in Hollywood, in Beverly Hills, in Malibu, and people are sleeping on the streets. I said, Alhamdulillah for Africa. We have our problems back home. But you won't sleep on the streets unless you choose to. We have that. So, when the Almighty Allah sends this kind of question to you, it is not for you to feel big and arrogant. Wow, look at this guy, lazy. I don't use the word. Lazy guy. Look at him standing on the streets begging. Isn't he ashamed of himself? Wallahi, the Almighty Allah sent him to you as a lesson for you to realize you are blessed. In one of our books, I read that a beggar came during the time of Bani Israel. He came and then he knocked the door of a wealthy man. And then they asked, who is it? He said, I'm a poor man, I'm hungry, I need food. The wife wanted to, gather some food and then give it to the man. And then her husband asked her, what are you trying to do? She said, I'm just trying to, we can't eat all of this. So I'm just trying to gather something for him. So then he told her, no. Those people are lazy people. Why should I give my food to lazy people? The man, stood outside, he begged, nobody listened to him. He left. The Almighty Allah, in His own way, He changes the days. You know that. Today is you, tomorrow it is not you. وَتِلْكَ الْأَيَّامُ نُدَاوِلُهَا بَيْنَ النَّاسِ. There are days that the Almighty Allah moves them. It's like a shadow. The shadow that is there at one place. When the sun rises, it all sets. And when it rises, there are portions that they are shadow. When it's beginning to set, the portions that had shadow in the morning, in the afternoon, they'll go back into the sun. Understand that. This rich man went bankrupt. He couldn't take care of the wife. He had to divorce her. And then she went on to marry another man. And then sitting with this new husband, they were eating. And then someone knocked the door. And then they asked, who is it? He said, I'm a beggar, I need food. The wife was beginning to prepare some food. Good woman, she's still a good woman. She was trying to get something, and then the husband asked her, what are you trying to do? She said, I'm just trying to, we can't eat all of this, so I'm just trying to, get some few. And then he said, pick everything and give it to the man. He needs it more than us. She picked the whole plate. She gave it to the man. She came back crying. The husband was like, we have enough, already in the storeroom, we have enough food. Because of this small amount that we've given away, you are crying? She said, no, I'm not crying because we've given the food to him. I saw something very astonishing. And then the husband asked her, what did you see? She asked him, do you know the man who came begging? He said, no, I didn't see him. She said, he is my former husband. She said, this very incident that is happening now, I was with him eating. And the man came begging, he should give food. He said, no, in his house, no sadaqah. He doesn't give food to lazy people. Today he is begging. And the husband asked her, do you really know who I am? She said, you're my husband. He said, no, I'm the first beggar you sacked. So when trials and tribulations befall other people, it is not an issue of mocking them. Wallah. And then you understand this better than me because you live in a fast-moving world that if you don't pay your bills for 1 month, you're sleeping on the streets. You know it. Back home, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months behind in your rent, and then the owner cannot eject you. But here you know it. So this message of trials and tribulations, you here will appreciate it more. Ayub was sick for 18 years. The whole body was rotting. His tongue was the only part of the body that was free. But then within that itself, he was always saying, Alhamdulillah. Sometimes when trials and tribulations befall us, we feel the Almighty Allah has forgotten about us. So we stop all kinds of ibadah. If the Almighty Allah will feed people who insult Him,